us to talk. I am going to record this, so I hope
I
you're
mean,
okay with that, but I cannot wait to speak with you.
no, that is fantastic. When I saw your post, I thought, yes,
It's time.
I don't know if you're familiar with my content. I am a proselytizer, right? I am a proselytizer for
Yes.
us winning
Yes. 1,000%.
because 100. And so when I saw this, I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
anyone, anyone who is
Yes.
trying to do something in this space
Oh,
to help
thank you.
women,
Yes.
I'm all about it. You know,
Yes.
to use my platform, to use my voice,
Yes.
say all the things.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I mean, we need more, right? It will take all of us and all of our voices to really move the way that we need to in this crazy world. So, I'm going to go ahead and get started because I know we only have 20 minutes. I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Do you have any
Okay.
questions before we get
No,
started?
no, let's go. I respect meeting hygiene. So
Hey, I'm
you,
trying, right? Oh my
you go
goodness.
for it.
So I would like if you could do just a quick overview, maybe two sentences, who you are, what part of the country you're in, and why you said yes.
Okay. So I'm Alisia Gill. I'm an executive career coach to mid-career women, so women over 40.
Hmm.
And I'm all about helping them, people who are frustrated, for whatever the reason is,
Yes.
certain, scared, right? Pick an adjective,
Hmm.
that they can make confident career choices that fit who they are,
Hmm.
not what who somebody thinks they're supposed to be, or this and that, who they are now. Because
Okay.
at this age, we're thinking about legacy,
Right.
right? We're
Right.
not just snatching things. You know,
Right.
like this
Right.
is our
Right.
lives. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
So I'm a former CHRO,
Hmm.
right? So
Hmm.
I come from that background. I'm
Hmm.
also an economist. So I
Hey.
come from that background. So
Yes.
I can talk about the data, and I can talk to you about the people, and I can talk to you about what hiring is like and
Oh,
what goes
wow.
through the heads of people who are, considering the
Hmm.
women that you are speaking to,
Oh,
you
I
know?
love that. I love that. I
So,
love
and
that.
I think that's why people kind of give me their ear
Yes.
because of that. It's a very
Yes.
unique position I play. I don't consider myself aligned with the other people in my space.
Hmm.
I'm different.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
doing it differently, which you probably, well, you know my
Yes.
stuff, so you already
I
know.
listen, we're drinking the same Kool-Aid. So I'm definitely picking up what you're putting down.
Yes, and
So,
I'm in New York City.
hey, okay, got it. Got it. Got it. I love that. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. So,
Okay.
Alicia, your vantage point, like you said, is rare. So, given that you sat in the boardrooms, led these, I'm going to say C-level conversations, and now you coach the women that are most impacted by whether it be quiet or loud layoffs, because I don't think there's such a thing as quiet layoffs anymore. DEI rollbacks, organizational gaslighting.
Mhm.
What signals do you see that tell you someone is still employed but deeply afraid?
A lot of it is internal.
Yeah.
What I would say, what we can see are the symptoms of burnout.
Hmm.
Now, when I talk about burnout, I don't mean I'm tired. Like there is actually a scientific definition of burnout, right?
Wow.
And that is the impact of workforce conditions and stress
Hmm.
on the employee.
Okay.
And it's to do with a misalignment between the workforce and you. So
Hmm.
if you can't manage that, if the misalignment is there,
Hmm.
it's not a failure, it's not a whatever, it's a misalignment.
Yes.
Because a lot of us women, especially Black women,
Hmm.
we are used to just getting it done.
Yes.
It's also a Gen X problem, right?
Yes.
It's also a Black excellence issue,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So we feel like when we can outwork it and we get it done, you can't if your workforce conditions are hostile to you,
Yes.
and
Yes.
the data shows it.
Yes.
There's not enough spa treatment. There's
Hmm.
not enough cognitive behavioral therapy.
Yes. Yes.
There's not, you cannot, unless you're going to do something to change the structural
Hmm. Hmm.
conditions of your work,
Hmm.
it's not going to happen.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Yes.
not. And so they
Yes.
need to hear that,
Yes.
right? And
And that
so,
looks like hypervigilance and overfunctioning and, all the things,
yeah,
right? That, like you said,
well,
are hidden, right? But they
yes,
show up
well,
as oh, she's a good employee, or, oh,
yeah,
she's the go-to girl, or, oh,
that's right.
she volunteers for everything and, has
Yes.
of 10 million things already on her plate, for
And you're
example.
not recognized for it.
That's right.
You have responsibility, but you don't have authority because you didn't get that promotion you were supposed to get.
That's
You
right.
you have the workload, but you don't have the resources
Oh,
or the
wow.
time, right?
Wow.
You
Wow.
don't have the community around you to set
Mm-hmm.
you up for success,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there are 6 key drivers of burnout. But your point,
Ooh.
what would you see? You would
Yes.
see somebody who is just like, oh, I don't know. Or you'd see somebody who is exhausted,
Yes.
somebody who's just like, I don't, they just feeling like their confidence isn't what it used to be.
Mm.
Their level of performance isn't what it used to be. Because when you're anxious,
Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I mean?
Oh,
Sometimes you
yeah.
can't even write your name. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You
my
just,
goodness.
you
Daily
know how,
activities of daily living are just almost impossible at
yes,
times.
you're like, what is 2 plus 2? It's what?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's
Exactly. Exactly.
that. And then you can see the physical manifestations. If somebody starts drinking like they didn't used to drink,
Yes.
self-soothing, coping,
Yes. Yes. Grinding their
headaches,
teeth in their sleep.
weight gain, weight
Yes.
loss,
Yes.
headaches, back pain,
Yeah.
right? These are all symptoms
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
burnout, which
Mm-hmm.
is a symptom of misalignment.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what I'm going to send you? I'm going to send you a replay. I did an executive briefing of this last Wednesday,
Oh,
and
wow.
it was called Be Resilient.
Wow.
It was
Wow.
called Be Resilient
I
the
would
Smart
love
Way.
that. And if you're okay with that, I would love to share that with the audience because
I would
we need
definitely,
this information. We need this information. Oh
yes.
my
And
goodness.
I am a proselytizer because what I'm saying, just punchline, what I am saying with this is that we are not being resilient.
Mm-hmm.
We are coping
Yes.
and we are persevering.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is not the same thing as
No.
resilience.
No.
And
No.
we need
No.
to
No.
stop it. And we
Yeah.
need to stop telling ourselves to be resilient when everyone takes that to mean keep working.
Yes.
Because you say it out of love. You think
Yes.
you're saying it out of love. You're like, oh, you say, stay in there and you got this
Yes.
and all the things. It's not helpful.
No. Or healthy. Yes.
It's not consistent with your well-being.
That's
And
right.
ultimately, success, or however you define it, which is probably an outdated way of defining it anyway,
Yes.
but you're never going to get well-being out of that.
That's right. That's right.
So, so what I'm arguing for is that I have a framework for thinking about what I'm saying is you have to be ready.
That's right. That's right.
Be ready.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 5 steps to know to make sure you are ready. They're not necessarily easy because doing different is not easy.
That's
Change
right.
is hard. We've been acting like this for decades.
That's right. It's
not
ingrained
like,
in us. What are those 5 steps, if you don't mind sharing them?
right. Sure. One is to adopt a free agent mindset.
Okay.
Right? Because you're gonna, unless you're gonna retire from that job, you won't leave anyway.
That's right. That's right.
So are you gonna leave on their terms or
Yes.
your terms?
That's
Right.
right.
So it's this.
That's right.
So you hear a lot of people get laid off, and it's impacting their identity, right? Their
Yes.
stages of grief, like all
Yes.
these different things. But if you have the mindset that I'm only here for a season anyway,
That's right. That's right.
then that's different,
Yes.
right? Because
Yes.
then you're not getting your feelings hurt.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
So, and we weren't trained like that. We were
That's
trained
right.
like you do the right thing and you stay and you get rewarded and
That is a
reciprocity.
mind shift.
But we have to stop. So, okay,
Yeah.
step 1. Step 2, you have to be really clear on, because I talked about misalignment before.
Mm.
You need to know what alignment looks like.
That's
So
right.
what is it for you? It's not just money and they got you and you're lucky you got this job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're a
Mhm.
bigger human being.
Yes.
You're a 360 human being.
Mhm.
So, and that is my first webinar. So I'm going to send you, it's a series. So I'll send
Okay.
you both. So, and that is about knowing your needs, who you aspire to be in this world,
Mhm.
knowing your interests, knowing your values,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing your strengths, the strengths that make you unique. Your
Mhm.
point, they keep coming to me to do this, because
Mhm.
you're good at it. But that doesn't mean it's your superpower.
That's
Just
right.
because you're
That's
good at
right.
it. You have things that God gave you.
Mm-hmm.
You have things that are unique to you that you should be proud of. You should be in a place that recognizes them, cares about them, rewards you for them, not
Yes.
diminishes you for them, not diminishes you for them,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And so, and then you need to constantly be assessing, am
Mhm.
I aligned with this job?
Mhm.
Now, you wouldn't have taken the job if you didn't think on some high level you were aligned.
That's right.
But the problem is we're not looking at ourselves 360. I named
That's right.
5 different things. We're not looking at those 5 things. We're
That's
looking
right.
at what is the compensation,
Yes.
what is the title,
Yes.
right? And maybe what is the scope or something like that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
we're not talking about, is this aligned with who I aspire to
Holistically.
be?
Mhm.
We're not. So you need to assess it, I mean, obviously you assess it when you're looking at an opportunity, when you
Mm-hmm.
take the job, awesome. But what about month one? What about month two? What about month three? What about month
Mm-hmm.
two? I speak to too many of my clients. They were happy at the beginning, but
Mm-hmm.
now we're in year 14. And
Mm-hmm.
they explained to me all the toxic mess they dealt with for
Mm-hmm.
8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked them, why did they leave? And they're just like, because they're outworking this and this, because they're stuck
Yes.
on the fact that it was aligned before.
That's
And they're
right.
trying to like get back to that, even
Yes.
though it wasn't actually aligned before. You know what I
Well,
mean?
it's
So,
familiar, right?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't want to
That's
be
not good
familiar
for
in the,
you.
no, to be familiar in the basement.
Right. Correct.
You know
Correct.
what I'm saying? So you need to constantly be assessing.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be constantly assessing,
Yeah.
is this opportunity aligned with me? Because I told you the
Mm-hmm.
misalignment is where the burnout comes from.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right. Which I also told you, you cannot outwork.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
so there's that, knowing the alignment. And then the next piece is acting like you are part of the labor force,
Okay.
right? You're not just an employee of that company.
Mm-hmm.
You
You're
are
an
part of
industry
the,
person.
there are 100 million people, over 100 million people in the workforce in the United States.
That's
Okay.
right.
There are all kinds of jobs. We know this.
That's right.
But if you know who you are at 360, then you know there are a lot of other things you could do
That's
with
right.
titles you never heard of and industries you never
That's
thought
right.
about.
You'd have to know
So
your key transferable skills.
that's right. And how are you going to
Mhm.
know that? Because you're going to conferences,
That's
because
right.
you're doing training,
Yes.
because you're not waiting till the last minute to network with somebody. You
That's
already
right.
know people,
That's right.
right? You are acting like, oh, I know what's going, you know what the trends are
That's right.
in
That's
your
right.
favor, outside of your
You're treating
favor.
yourself like an asset, basically,
That's
which is
right.
what you need to do.
Right. In
Hmm.
the labor force, you are
Yes.
an active member and act like that. And you
Yes.
can see how that links to the free agency mindset,
Does.
right? If
Does.
you
It
believe
does.
that, then you're constantly, it's not just my employer did me wrong in the following
Yes.
ways. Like,
Yes.
this is not, that's a self-inflicted wound,
Yes.
staying in that
Yes.
thinking. And
Yes.
then the last step is make proactive decisions, right?
Mm.
So you have to do something with the knowledge you have. But
Mm-hmm.
because you behaved as a member of the labor market,
Yes.
you actually know where you're going. You're not
Yes.
just leaving. I always say, don't leave, go to,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You always
Yes.
want to go to. So
Yes.
you collect that data all the time
That's
and
right.
make a decision. Now, staying is also a decision.
Yes.
And staying
Correct.
is the decision we're all making.
That's right. That's right.
That's the problem. But there are other decisions, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and you can make them confidently if you really know who you are at 360 and
Yes.
you're really taking a clear-eyed assessment of your situation. You
Mm-hmm.
believe that you cannot outwork it. That should not be the default way of thinking about it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so that, and the way you'll know if you're really ready, and this is the be ready model, right?
Yes.
The way that you'll know is if you got a pink slip on Thursday, you would know what you would do. You would know
Exactly.
who to call. You would know who to call. You would
Yes.
know, oh, here are the opportunities out there. You wouldn't be grieving it,
Yes.
because
Yes.
if you're ready, you get your pocket. If somebody gives you a pink slip, you got your pocketbook, and you're out. You're
Yep.
not. You be like,
Yep.
oh, that happened. Maybe that was surprising. Maybe whatever.
Yes.
But okay, and you're out. You're not grieving.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
At least
So,
not for 6 months.
right? So when you say that if women stay ready, so they're not blindsided, what's
Yes.
one practical system or question that you ask your clients to build? Because I heard you talk about like that pink slip question, but what does that look like in action, right? Like what is it that our listeners can immediately apply? Like if you're not sure if you're ready, if you can do this, or if you can answer this question, what would you say?
If you were to get a pink slip, I mean, that's the main thing. If you got a pink slip today, would you
Mhm.
know what you would do?
Okay.
Do you know
Literally.
do you know who you would call?
Yes.
Do you know what other opportunities are out there now?
Yes. In your
Do you
field or in your skill set.
do you
Mhm.
know people in your field, or did you spend all your time in your ecosystem of your company?
Yes.
If you're
Understood.
not ready, like it's like the ultimate test. Are you at
Mhm.
any point knowing, maybe not exactly, but you
Mhm.
kind of know, okay, the market's doing this.
Mhm.
Jane and whatever, I met them at such and such event because I did not do BS networking. I did
Yes.
for real networking.
Yes.
I
Understood.
didn't do transactional networking.
Yes.
I did the kind of networking you do when you are part of a labor market.
That's
and you
right.
act
That's
like
right.
it.
Right. And
Right?
so it's not just event driven, it's all the time, whether it's virtual or otherwise. As a matter of fact, if you do it when you don't need it, then it even is more authentic, because then you don't have what I consider like job breath, right? You're like, please, I need to connect with you. It's like, no, you're just like, hey, I do blah, 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 blah. What do you do? Blah, blah, blah. And you make those
Well,
connections without
And
having
even
a need, you know?
and yeah, and even bigger than that. So you remember step 2, know yourself 360.
Yes.
The most effective networking happens when
Mhm.
you don't talk about I'm a VP of the no.
No,
It's
no,
when you
no. You're right, right,
when you
right. Your
talk about
impact, your outcomes.
but even more than that, they understand, you know what, when you show up as an authentic person, not
Hmm.
just a conglomeration of skills. A lot
Hmm.
of people have those skills. What
But
makes
what
you
makes you different?
what
Hmm.
makes you different?
That's right.
I have a passion for XYZ,
Yes.
right?
Uh-huh.
I have, one key thing about me, right? You always want to be interesting too, unique.
Hmm.
People remember CHRO. Why am I
Right.
going to remember you?
Right.
I met 50 people. Who are you? I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Right.
But if you tell me I have a passion for this, steeped in the way I was raised, or
Mm.
steeped in the injustice that I saw, and
Hmm.
that is why I have a passion for working with children. And I
Mm.
have a track record of working with them in the following ways. Now, here are some of the successes I've had in that space.
Right.
And I am very open to different ways where I can apply that,
Yes.
because now you're giving a person who you're networking with who doesn't know necessarily your space, but
Yes.
they're like, who do I know who works with children? I
Yes.
know this nonprofit. Why don't you talk to Jane?
Yes.
If you
Yes.
had just said, I'm a chief marketing officer and my
Yes.
last job was at Children's Aid Society, and,
Right.
and they're like, I don't know
Right.
nothing about no chief marketing officer. Oh, bye. It's nice
Right.
meeting you.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Oh my
that's why
goodness.
that second piece is so important. And
Hmm.
that is where my coaching lies.
Yes.
Because
Understood.
you don't know who you are. Most of our people don't know. Just
Hmm.
now, I don't mean our people like Black people. I mean to say our generation.
Hmm.
We don't know. So we were never asked. We were trained to do what we were told. You better go ahead and get a non-stupid major.
Hmm.
You better go out there and get that MBA. You better go out there and get that
Get a
doctorate degree. You
profession.
better
My
get
mom's
you.
advice was get a profession because if you
And
major in English, you can't be in English. You have to be something with a
that's
title,
right.
right? But that was their time. That does
And
not work right now.
that's Gen X all day long.
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
then I work with people. I'm like, one of the things I ask, like, what are you interested in? They're still crying because they don't know. They were not encouraged to figure it out.
yes.
And the
Well, they
work I
shut
do,
that part of their minds down.
they
Yeah,
forgot about it. And
yeah,
when I work with them, they're like, oh my God, I used to mentor people and I haven't had a
yes. They
chance to
probably haven't
do.
even thought about it.
They
Hmm.
haven't. And when I work with them, that's what we do. In
Yes,
fact, I have a whole offering that I just came up with because I realized even people who can't do my full program for whatever reason,
yes.
I now have step 1 of my program as an offering itself, so
Wow.
that women can understand, how did I get here?
And you have to break that down for some people, especially like if they are in, for example, the government layoff. They've been in these jobs for 20, 15, 10 years, and they've never had to do this. So that step 1 is so key. It's so key.
Yeah, step 2,
So
because
glad.
if you've been in government, that's right. You don't know nothing about a free agent.
That's right.
That is a
Right.
completely, but even corporate, but that you're right. Government is the most extreme version of it, because you thought you didn't need to
It
be a
is.
free
You
agent.
thought you were
That's
in there.
not,
You were locked in.
you get ready to get that pension, and you can see it,
Oh goodness.
us in the
On the
private sector.
horizon, right? I just turned
Yeah,
53, and if I was in a government job, trust me, I'd be like, "Whoo, girl, what's
yeah.
up next?"
Oh no, these women are shooketh, as they
Yes,
say.
yes,
You
yes,
know, and they have a lot of them have a lot of mourning to do.
yes. Very
They
true.
have, I think, a lot of them need to do some healing.
Yes,
I
yes.
think a lot of them really do need to get their mental health in check.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of identity work that has to happen.
Yes, yes, yes.
Some women I
Inner
won't take on.
child work too. Mm-hmm.
There are some women I will not take on as clients because I can tell that they have not grappled
Yeah.
with the past, so they are not able to move forward. And so I work with people at a moment where they are ready. I mean, you can be in therapy and still work with it, but
Yes,
if your main issue is you can't get off the fact that that happened to me.
that's
You just
right. That's
can't
right.
get
They
off
have some pre-work to do
trauma.
before.
They've got trauma from other things that this has
Yes,
just triggered. You know
yes,
what I mean?
yes,
My father always told me I wasn't working up in
yes, yes,
like,
yes.
and now we're in this. Now my company's saying it, and maybe I'm not
Right,
working. Like, that's different.
right,
But
correct.
if you're ready to be like, okay, this sucks,
Mhm.
and I know it's going to continue to suck, but at least he said you got
Yeah,
to move forward, because what else?
I know. So in our
My
last minute that's left, Alicia,
Oh my God, we
what
were
I know that
efficient.
was
Yes,
20
great.
minutes.
Yes,
That was
good
so
questions.
fast, right? In our last minute, what, prayer, meditation, manifesto do you have for women listening to you right now that are still employed and still afraid, yet doubting their next move?
You must define and follow your North Star.
Okay.
You must follow and think about who will you put on this earth to be and do.
Mm-hmm.
And you must cherish that.
Yes.
And every career decision you make
Mm-hmm.
should be getting you closer to
That's
that.
right. That's right. That's right.
Knowing that you're never going to get 100% of what you want. But if you're not aiming there, you're not going to get any percent of what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have to value yourself. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not what your mama said, your cousin said, your
That's
mentor
right.
said.
That's right.
If you do the work to figure out yourself 360 and honor it just as much as you would a paycheck.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So how can the people find you, Alisia? I know you're in New York, but share your website or how they can connect with you, because we need more voices like yours.
So my website is I've declared that we are in the era of enough. We have had enough, we have been enough, and we are enough now to have the work and life that we deserve. That fits us right now for a change, right? So it's eraofenough.com. You can find me there. Or people can hit me up on LinkedIn and DM me on LinkedIn. I'm all about having the conversation. I'm happy to jump on a call. If I can talk to people for 25 minutes and listen and give them a tip that will be helpful to them and move them forward. So that at the very least, they don't engage in things that are self-inflicted wounds. And I'm happy to do that. If I can then be of service after that, I will let them know that. But I don't see people walk off a cliff.
That's right. That's right. That's not who we are. Do no harm.
That's right.
We would just like to thank you. You are our first guest for Still Employed, Still Afraid. We are so honored. Let me stop the recording. Hold on,
Meanwhile, I didn't even know that was the interview.
Yes,
this is a pre-interview.
Conversational, absolutely. So this will be put out potentially in the next, I'm going to say, end of week. My goal will be to have it published on YouTube, and I'll send you all of the links and such by Friday, and I'll cross publish it on LinkedIn as well. So thank you so much for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. And I will send you the link for those replays.
Yes. So I'll link to them in the description. Thank you so much. Thanks again. Have a good one.
Sure.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye, Patrice.